Independent Standards advisor Sir Alex Allan has quit his post after Boris Johnson stood by his Home Secretary, despite being found to have broken the standards code that all ministers are meant to abide by. Sir Alex carried out an investigation into Ms Patel's conduct and concluded her behaviour had met the definition of bullying adopted by the civil service and noted instances of shouting and swearing at colleagues. Boris Johnson tears apart SNP record in Scotland, lists 3 worst performing areas. It is understood a furious row broke out in number 10 about how Boris Johnson was going to respond to the findings of Sir Alex's report, and whether Ms Patel should apologise for her behaviour. However, while accepting the findings, Mr Johnson said he did not believe Ms Patel's conduct amounted to a breach of the code, contradicting his senior advisor. After the release of the investigation this morning, the Home Secretary has issued an apology. Following the Prime Minister's decision to keep the Home Secretary in her post, Sir Alex tendered his resignation. In a statement, he said, "I recognize that it is for the Prime Minister to make a judgment on whether actions by a minister amount to a breach of the ministerial code. But I feel that it is right that I should now resign from my position as the Prime Minister's independent advisor on the code." In his report into Ms Patel, Sir Alex said, "The definition of bullying adopted by the civil service accepts that legitimate, reasonable and constructive criticism of a worker's performance will not amount to bullying. It defines bullying as intimidating or insulting behavior that makes an individual feel uncomfortable, frightened, less respected or put down. Instances of the behavior reported to the Cabinet Office would meet such a definition." He added, "Her approach on occasions has amounted to behavior that can be described as bullying in terms of the impact felt by individuals. To that extent her behavior has been in breach of the ministerial code, even if unintentionally." However, Sir Alex added there was no evidence that she was aware of the impact of her behavior, and no feedback was given to her at the time. In a statement released this morning, Ms Patel said she was sorry for her behavior. The MP for Witham said, "I am sorry that my behavior in the past has upset people. It has never been my intention to cause upset to anyone. I am very grateful for the hard work of thousands of civil servants who helped to deliver the government's agenda." Downing Street insisted the Prime Minister has full confidence in the Home Secretary and considers this matter now closed. The fallout comes more than 8 months after an investigation into the Home Secretary began. A Cabinet Office report was launched in March following allegations Ms Patel belittled colleagues and clashed with senior officials in 3 separate departments. It was triggered after former Home Office's Permanent Secretary Sir Philip Rutnam resigned in February. The 59-year-old accused Ms Patel of a vicious and orchestrated briefing campaign against him and is claiming constructive dismissal at an employment tribunal. At the time Ms Patel hit out at the false claims, and allies have described her as a demanding boss but not a bully. Sir Keir Starmer has condemned the government's handling of the situation and said he would have removed Ms Patel from her position. The Labour leader called for the report to be published in its entirety and urged the Prime Minister and Home Secretary to appear in the House of Commons for questioning on Monday. He said, "It is hard to imagine another workplace in the UK where this behaviour would be condoned by those at the top. The government should be setting an example. Instead, it is one rule for Boris Johnson and his friends, another for everyone else."